Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Whether you're new to mountain biking or just looking for your first ride, today we're counting down the top 4 best beginner mountain bikes that offer an excellent balance of performance, comfort, and affordability. But before we get started, make sure to check the link in the description below if you want to know about the price and other information. Let's dive in. Number 1. REI Co-op Cycles DRT 1.3. The REI Co-op Cycles DRT 1.3 is a lower-cost hardtail mountain bike that has most of the features of a modern mountain bike. Disc brakes, 1x12 Shimano drivetrain, and Maxxis tires. It also includes a handlebar-controlled seat dropper post, which is an essential upgrade for riding a hardtail on more technical trails. From the RockShox front suspension to Maxxis Recon tires and the Shimano Dior drivetrain, the DRT 1.3 gives you mid-tier components at a budget price point. Co-op Cycles is outdoor superstore REI's house brand bikes, and while they sell several cheaper mountain bikes in their line, the DRT 1.3 gives you worthy component upgrades that will translate into better performance and durability. It also offers a bit more travel in the front suspension. Most budget hardtails use a cheaper 100 mm or 110 mm travel fork, which limits you to only the gentlest terrain. The hardtail DRT 1.3 has serious limitations if you plan to progress into steep, technical terrain. But there's more room to grow here than with cheaper bikes better left on paved paths or gravel. The 1x12 Shimano Dior drivetrain system eliminates the need for a front derailleur, which simplifies shifting for learning riders to just one set of shifters instead of two. It also eliminates a common source of shifting malfunctions while maintaining a good range of gears to tackle a variety of terrain. Number 2. Trek Marlin 7 Gen 2. Trek is known for quality mountain bikes, with high-end professional-grade models costing over $10,000. But it also knows that most new trail bikers aren't ready to fork over that much cash. So it also makes much cheaper models such as the Marlin 7 Gen 2 that save around the edges, but build on the same proven frame designs. The Marlin 7 is a hardtail, which is a big reason why the cost remains under $1,000. No expensive rear shock and mechanism. That means it's best suited for mellower trails, gravel roads, and paved paths. For the price, it's also relatively light at just under 30 pounds, so it's easier to pedal until you build up your fitness. The bike is highly upgradable. However, if you find you prefer rougher, more technical terrain, you'll eventually need to upgrade to an all-new full suspension bike. That said, the components such as wheels, shifters, drivetrain, and brakes are all made by name brands in the industry, so they should perform better and last longer than the no-name parts used on department store bikes. They're also easier for bike shops to repair or replace since they're more common. Number 3. Trek Excalibur 8. If you're getting into mountain biking more for outdoor time and fitness than the adrenaline rush, a cross-country-oriented hardtail like the Excalibur saves you weight and money and delivers efficiency for long rides. You can easily spend 2.5x the cost of the Excalibur on an XC bike. But the Excalibur gives you a solid hardtail base with mid-tier components that can be upgraded over time. If you spend most of your time on trails, even mellow ones, a seat dropper post should be your first upgrade. It will make the hardtail platform less frightening on more challenging descents. But out of the box, the 110 mm RockShox fork, Bontrager hubs and rims, and Shimano XD drivetrain are an improvement over lesser components in exchange for a slightly higher price tag. The Excalibur is a great option for spin-class junkies who want to take their love of pedaling outside, aspiring racers, and endurance junkies chasing course records instead of adrenaline rushes. The level of suspension is plenty for mellow trail rides, and it won't feel sluggish when logging miles on gravel or pavement. Number 4. State Bicycles 6061 Trail Plus Fat Bike. Fat bikes are often considered a niche product for winter biking or casual cruising, but they can be a great first bike for the right type of beginner. Fat bikes such as State Bicycles 6061 Trail Plus Fat Bike use much bigger tires than traditional mountain bikes. The tires also are run at lower pressures and thus act like suspension without adding expensive shocks. The bigger, softer Kenda Juggernaut tires on the 6061 Trail Plus deliver a much more plush ride on rougher trails, and the lack of suspension means a simpler bike design that's easier to maintain and repair. It's also much more sure-footed in the hands of a novice and can be a great way to get comfortable with mountain biking. Plus, it has the distinct advantage over traditional bikes of being capable on sand if you're a beachgoer and on packed snow if you want to keep biking through the winter. The downsides are a higher price than a hardtail and higher weight, which makes it tougher to pedal uphill and more difficult to deftly guide through techie terrain. As your skills and fitness progress, you'll eventually want the lighter weight and agility of a traditional mountain bike, so it's also harder to grow into intermediate riding. The weight penalty and cost scares most beginners away from fat bikes, but the affordable State 6061 Trail Plus costs much less than most fat bikes and could be a great starter bike for those who want maximum stability and traction, as well the ability to navigate soft sand and/or packed snow. So there you have it, our top 4 picks for the best beginner mountain bikes. Be sure to check out the links in the description for more details. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more gear reviews and biking tips. See you on the trails.